Hey guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize right now for the uh, kind of lack of editing on this one because I'm not gonna edit it at all. It's gonna be a one take. Today's Tuesday. Currently, we're on our lunch break, and I just wanted to go ahead and do a recap of yesterday. Yesterday was the first day of class, and so we went over some basic things, kind of went over how to like set up everyone's laptop for those who were struggling with that. Went over expectations for the first 7 weeks, and then a little bit of expectations for the last half uh, of the cohort. And then we met our TAs. I'm going to meet my mentor tonight. And then, of course, we met our first professor. So you'll have three professors during this entire cohort, three TAs. What's really cool about your TAs is each TA knows general knowledge about UX UI, but they also specialize in something else or a single part of UX UI. And so if you're struggling with something specific, then there's going to be one who specializes in that. And so that's really cool. That way, you're going to open a ticket. It's going to be sent to the correct TA. But if that TA is not there, then you'll have someone who has a general knowledge of the issue that you're having. Um, you're going to be doing a lot of work in teams. In fact, all of your work is going to be done in teams, but it's not group work. It's individual assignments, but you are responsible for helping your team. And the reason that they give for doing this is for those who have never had the chance to work in teams. You have people from right out of high school to people who are in their 60s and 70s. And so everyone from every walk of life is here and from all over the country. And so everybody gets a chance of being the team leader every single week. The roles in the roles in the teams change. Uh, so you usually have five people in your team, and so day one someone's the leader, day two someone else is the leader, and so on and so forth. And then the next week your team changes entirely. So you get to work with different people all the time. You get to be a team lead, or they call it a driver. Um, every week you're going to get to do that. So if you've never had experience being a leader of a team or um, leading a project or something like that, you're going to get to experience that. Um, something else that we went over yesterday, the material in general was basically going over different vocabulary of UXI or UX/UI. And so it's starting very basic. We started with, what UX/UI is, um, what it does, the benefit that it has on a company, and just where it started. Who are the founders of UX/UI. The first assignment was we actually went out and we picked three job descriptions that or job applications that kind of piqued our interest. We put it into a software called Notion, and that's going to be your design journal. And so they use Notion for your journal keeping. And so all of the assignments that you do that are like open answered, you put them in Notion, and then you just post a link into the submission box. You use Google Drive a lot, and so make sure that you have access to that. You don't want to have a Chromebook for this. I noticed a couple people, they came in on day one using a Chromebook. It does tell you when you're registering for the cohort that you cannot use a Chromebook. And so that's something, just make sure you don't have a Chromebook. You're not able to download the software for a lot of the applications that we use. Something that my team came across when we were doing the job application project was we noticed that a lot of these applications wanted you to have, experience in X, Y, and Z. And so we're not sure if the cohort is going to let us experience those different softwares. InVision is one. Now I know InVision isn't the most popular right now, and so I'm curious if it's going to let us kind of dip our toes into that one. Something we found out today is that uh, for our portfolio project, we're actually going to need to buy a website domain. And so if you don't already have a website domain, you are going to need to purchase that on your own. And so expect to spend anywhere from 100 to about 250 bucks, just depending on what you want to do there. Who's the host, and if you want a fancy name, things like that. So we did find that out today. Uh, the other the other assignment that we had was just some quick reading. And so before your day one, you should go through and you should read all the material for that. Um, I personally forgot. Uh, I had other things I was worried about Sunday night, so I forgot to do all the reading. You are going to go through the slides in class. They have a little slideshow. So in class, um, the professor is going to have a slideshow up on Zoom, and they're going to go through basically key points of the reading from the night before. Super useful. The slides are available for you to review. Every now and then he's going to record the class. Unfortunately, the class isn't available to us. It's all for them. They claim that it's for quality and assurance purposes. Um, but that's fine. You're allowed to take screenshots throughout the class. And so I've been doing that a lot. If I see something that's important, I'll take a screenshot. They ask you not to screen record, so I haven't done that. Um, we we got to today, or at the end of yesterday, we were starting our reading. Very light reading for Sunday night to Monday. Monday night to today, extremely heavy reading. So my theory on it was going to be very heavy on text is correct. There are not a whole lot of videos. Um, it's just how it is. There's not a whole lot of videos, and the videos that they do have are not made by Thinkful. So they showed a video yesterday, and it was a video by a YouTuber, Femke. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. Femke. It's like Kyne.Design is the YouTuber. I'll put a link in the description to the video that they used. Um, but they used the video, and I immediately recognized it because prior to the course, I had been watching some of her videos, along with a billion other YouTubers. But I thought it was strange is that we're paying all this money for this course, and they don't even take the time to make their own content other than probably the text-based material. But that, you know, who knows if that's their own content. I'm sure they have the rights to use it at the least. Um, but they don't take the time to make their own content like videos and such. Um, they don't use any of your tuition money to get you access to any sort of resources. We're using a free version of Figma. We have to pay for the website. Notion, we're using a free version of that. Um, we aren't going to learn Sketch most likely because Sketch costs money. Um, and so all of these resources we're paying all of this money for. And, in my opinion, the least that they could do is actually put some effort into the learning material, such as, some videos, something that's interactive, um, more software that would be used in the in the field. Now it is only the second day. Currently, it's day two at whatever time, 12:10. And so halfway through the day, I don't know what's in the near future. You know, it could be that all of this is going to come to fruition, and the money that we're paying will actually go to something. But the fact that we're paying this money and now we have to dish out more for the webcam, or not the webcam, for the website. It kind of, I'm liking the course so far, but it's kind of a downer. It's, in my opinion, it's not right. I went to university and I was supposed to buy all these textbooks, but I was able to rent them from the university and get my money back at the end. I know not every university does that, but um, I made sure to take classes. I made sure to pick classes that all of my supplies was included in the tuition. I didn't have to buy any extra software because it was included in the tuition. So um, I just that's my viewpoint on it. Uh, Today we're focusing on like empathy and where empathy has a place in the UX design process, and then design thinking. And so that's kind of where we're focusing on today. Uh, Great lesson. Lots of material. Again, we're putting it all in Notion as kind of like a base. I'm sure we're going to reflect back on Notion towards the end of the course once we're starting to do the job search. Can't say for sure, but that's kind of the idea that I'm having. Nobody's confirmed that. It's one of the things that I'm going to ask my mentor when I meet with him tonight. Everybody who has met with their mentor did it yesterday, and they've said nothing but great things. Said that the mentor they have is, very cordial, very nice, and that they absolutely love them. So that's something good. Um, so far, I'm really loving the program. If I haven't said that already, and I really hope I continue to. Um, it's going by very quickly, and it's only day two. I've started reading the day three material, and it's very, very, very immersive. Um, it moves very quick. I've looked ahead to day 18, I believe, and you're already doing full wireframes and all that. So it's very quick. If you don't want a fast-paced course, maybe look at doing a different program, because you're going to be fully immersed in this, and it's going to go very quick. The teams are very, very great teams, at least my cohort and with my first team. Um, Everybody's asking great questions, everybody's working together and getting along, and nobody nobody leaves anybody out. So, like I said, everybody comes from a different background. So if you're scared of working in a team setting, that maybe you're going to be moving a little slower. Thinkful is really good at working with everybody, no matter what your ability able is. Um, they make sure to you know be able to compensate for anything that they need to. One of the things that they're doing for someone in the cohort is to make sure they have live captions while on the Zoom calls so that there's a student who can read that. You're also going to learn later about accessibility in websites so that, colorblind uh, can see the website better. Other than that, like I said, I'm not going to edit it. It's just going to be a one take. So I do apologize for that. But I just wanted to get this out because if I didn't do it right now, it wasn't going to go out at all. So I appreciate, and I hope y'all will stay with me on this, and like and subscribe, and we'll keep going.